5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am Mr. E, and I'll be giving you a crash course in everything science fiction, as well as discussing how that relates to real-world advancements and inventions. But today's just an introduction, and I'll talk about what the topics I'm going to discuss in movies, video games, books, and comics, while listening to some pretty amazing music. Today, we're listening to music by The Fat Rat. Right now, it's Monody. Alright, topics. We have movies, Star Wars and Star Trek, the big two. Of course, we're also going to talk about Star Trek and Indiana Jones and Ender's Game, stuff like that. Yeah, it was. So we have video games up next. We have, of course, Halo, the original science fiction video game.
Combat Evolved, not anything new, you noobs.
Yeah, we will talk about the newer stuff, but we're going to work through it chronologically. It doesn't make sense otherwise. We will also be talking about the video game Destiny, which has now officially announced the second release in the series, Destiny 2, which I'm really excited to see. We will also be talking about other stuff like, the Borderlands, Portal, Doom, stuff like that. But that's pretty much the basics on video games. Books, I'm going to do 1984, Red Rising series, Ender's Game, some really high quality stuff that if you're going to get around at Comic-Con and stuff, you're going to want to know. Make you look like you know what you're talking about, rather than just repeating what an idiot says. But for comics, honestly, I don't read very many comics, so comment below if you know of some good ones for me to read. But we're going to do, some Marvel stuff, some DC stuff, and another movie that's coming out based on this particular comic we'll be talking about, Valerian, which I know I'm pronouncing wrong. Cuss me out in the comics if you want. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. Movies, video games, books, and comics. Everything science fiction you're going to need to know. Here's the list for those of you who have your volume turned off. And I will see you tomorrow for our first installation, starring the video game Halo Combat Evolved.